It's good to have everybody here on the call today. As you know, the meetings are public and media may or may not be involved. Please keep your microphones on mute if you're not speaking. I do want to pause and recognize Senior Judge Kenneth Followell, who's joined us today. He was the first secretary of the Judicial Council in the 70s when Sonny Seiler was the chair, and he was a Muskogee County State Court judge when first on the Judicial Council, and then became the Chattahoochee Circuit Superior Court judge in 1978. So he's seen this judiciary from a long time ago, and we appreciate his perspective and thank him for being with us today. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
We don't have any minutes to approve. They're still being worked on from our February 1 and our February 12th meeting. With that now, Ms. Clanton, will you take us to the roll call, please?
Absolutely, Chief. Presiding Justice Namias.
I'm here.
From the Court of Appeals, Chief Judge Christopher McFadden.
Here.
Vice Chief Brian Rickman.
Here.
From the Georgia Statewide Business Courts, Judge Walter Davis.
Here.
From the Superior Court Judges, Chief Judge Brian Amaro.
Here.
Judge Wade Paget. Judge Jeffrey Kite. Judge Melanie Cross.
Judge Kite's here, I'm sorry.
Hey, Judge, thank you. Judge Melanie Cross.
I'm here.
Judge Sizemore.
I'm here.
Chief Judge Asha Jackson.
I'm here.
Chief Judge Christopher Brasher.
Here.
Judge Fletcher Sands.
I'm here.
Judge Robert Flournoy.
Here. Had to unmute.
Thank you, Judge. Chief Judge Sarah Wall. I know she's here. I saw her earlier. Chief Judge Jeff Bagley.
This is Robin Rooks. Judge Bagley's still on the mend, but will join us at our next meeting.
Thank you, Robin. Judge Jim Blanchard.
Here.
From the state courts, Judge Wes Taylor.
Here.
Judge Al Wong.
Here.
From the juvenile courts, Judge Lisa Jones.
I'm here.
Chief Judge Greg Price.
I'm here.
From the probate court judge, was Judge Kelly Wolk able to join us?
Got it. Just ran in.
Thank you, Judge. Glad to have you. Good to see you earlier today. And Judge Thomas Lakes, I think he's calling in. Judge Lakes? I know he's probably on the phone and muted, so I've got you, Judge. From the magistrate court judges, Judge Rebecca Pitts.
I'm here.
And she is filling in for Judge TJ Hudson. Judge Quinn Casper, who will be reporting today. Judge Casper.
I'm here. Thank you.
From the municipal court judges, Chief Judge Willie Weaver.
Present.
Chief Judge Lori Duff.
Present.
And from the State Bar of Georgia, President Don Jones.
Here. Thank you.
Chief, that completes the roll.
All right, thank you. Let me give you a couple of updates. None of this should be a surprise. We're due to issue our next order on the 9th. That's a Tuesday, I believe. And in that order, as we had indicated before, we fully anticipate to open up jury trials again. Do remember that we have plans in place that are a requirement to opening up those jury trials. Not only remember that they exist, but please remember to follow those. We will be under scrutiny, you will be under scrutiny, and the phone will ring if it doesn't look right. People will have that instant test to see what does the room look like, and the phones will ring. So please be mindful of that. Our objective here is to instill confidence in everybody that's coming in that they will be safe. We have waited a long time, and the pressing need for holding jury trials is greater than it's ever been. And we need to be able to move forward without any setbacks. So please be very strict in adhering to those plans that are in place, and update those as necessary. And make sure, please, to push those plans out to the participants. Make sure they're available on your website. In other words, just dust it off and get it back out there. That'll be front and center for you. And just be extra vigilant. The public service announcements that we had taped earlier are set to air on the 1st. And so while we are beginning to hold those court proceedings, the public service announcements will be rolling at the same time. And please remember to do everything you can do by video. I know with juries you can't do that, but everything you can do by video, just remember to take advantage of that as much as possible. It'll thin out the crowd, even if you are not holding jury trials. If you're probate and you're in the courthouse, it just keeps fewer people in the courthouse. As to grand juries, if your circuits have not begun to hold grand jury proceedings, now's the time to get moving on those. And so for the state court and superior court judges in particular, if y'all could get the word out to all your circuits that if they've been holding on grand jury proceedings, it's probably time to get moving. One reason I say that is because in the existing order and in the next one, we do plan to maintain the hold on the impact of 17750 and 17750.1, which deals with presenting cases involving detained defendants to a grand jury. That's the 90-day, 120-day requirement. And we've held those. We have promised to give you a 30-day notice before we lift those. But within the near future, don't know how near, but within the near future, we need to start thinking about when to start lifting those deadlines. So if you have an opportunity to move grand jury proceedings along, now's the time to do that. We will be asking for feedback into how best to lift those provisions, those requirements in those provisions. And so if you have ideas on what makes sense, whether it's lifting it across the board or lifting it only once a county gets below a certain threshold number, then we need to consider those ideas. We want to be smart about how we do that, and anything you can offer up to help us do something intelligent would be appreciated. The last thing I want to talk about is the vaccines. As you know, initially there was 1A and there was 1B, and that court personnel included 1B. The governor announced late last week that two things, essentially. Teachers, first of all, are moving into the 1A category, and he signaled the likelihood, if not the definite reality, that 1B no longer exists as we formerly knew it. So I don't know what that means in terms of when court personnel and those of us who we are concerned about in terms of getting court proceedings going with vaccines. I don't know what that means in terms of the timeline for vaccination of court personnel. It's an ongoing conversation. I remain engaged with the governor's office. I do believe that they understand the arguments that we have made and are making to push for court personnel to be as soon as possible. Anything you can do to assist in those lobbying efforts would be appreciated. It doesn't need to be something that we're owning exclusively, and I welcome any additional effort y'all can provide in that. If you know people who are eligible for vaccines, please urge them to get their shots as soon as possible. Whatever is happening, as soon as the incidence of shots and vaccinations kind of slow down, that's when they move into the next phase. So let's go ahead and, if you can, move as quickly as possible. Urge your people to move as quickly as possible to get vaccinated, and then they can move to the next phase. But anything y'all can do to help us make the case for why court personnel need to be in the next round would be welcome. That's all I have. Is Justice Agrura on the call?
Chief, I don't think she was going to be able to make it, but she said there would not be a report today from the task force.
Okay, well, that's all I have to update. Any questions, any comments about what I shared with you guys? All right, if there are none, we'll go around the horn real quick then. Chief Judge McFadden, Court of Appeals.
Nothing to report.
Business Court, Judge Walt Davis.
Nothing to report. Thanks.
Chief Judge Brian Amaro, Superior
No
Court.
report. Thank you.
Judge Wes Taylor, State Court.
Think we have a report?
Okay, Judge Lisa Jones, Juvenile.
No report. Thank you.
Judge Kelly Walt, Probate.
No, other than if there's anything we can do to help you with the shot situation, we're closing in on 100 positives amongst our ranks, and it's very troubling. So
100.
we have 33 judges who are positive and 55 at least clerks that we know of who have been positive.
Wow.
And I don't know what to do about it other than complain, and that doesn't seem right. So
Is that in a moment of time right now you have 100, or is that historical?
that's historical. That's built up. There are a number of clerks that we know of that we believe we are aware of that haven't been officially entered into that to that count because of the number of people that they literally touch. So if there's anything that I can do with you to try and assist that, I would very much like to, because it's a problem.
Okay, thank you for that.
Thank you.
Judge Quinn Casper with Magistrate Court Judges.
No report. Thank you very much.
Judge Weaver, Municipal Court.
No report, sir.
President Don Jones, State Bar.
Two quick updates. Thank you, Chief. The spring Board of Governors meeting is going to be a joint meeting with the YLD. As a reminder, will be virtual, to be held on March 17th through the 20th, with the Board of Governors meeting being held that Saturday morning, 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Registration will go out today electronically. And if you're interested, there's no charge for any of these events except for CLE credit. So please sign up and register. Second, the State Bar of Georgia continues to work remotely, but we are continuing to revise and update our COVID-related protocols as we expect over the coming months to start bringing in personnel as we slowly reopen based on COVID stats. Thank you, Chief Justice.
Thank you, President. AOC, Ms. Clanton.
AOC remains fully functional. Please let me know what we can do to help you. Thank you.
Thank you. Judge Goslin or Josh Becker with the Council of Accountability Court Judges.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Taylor Jones with the CACJ. We don't have anything to report this afternoon that's new. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Tracy Johnson, Commission on Dispute Resolution.
Carly Saz on behalf of Ms. Johnson, nothing to report.
All right. Ms. Tina Robinson or Mr. Mike Holloman, Council Superior Court. Clerks.
Nothing to report, Chief.
Thank you, Mr. Holloman. Ms. Carlise Greer, Commission on Professionalism.
Hi, good afternoon, Chief. We continue to work remotely. I have no new updates since our last meeting, and that's it. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Greer. Ms. Robin Rooks, Council of Court Administrators.
Nothing to report. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Ashworth, ICJE.
No report. No report. Thank you, Chief Justice.
Mr. Bourne, JQC.
Nothing to report, Chief Justice.
All right. If y'all have any ideas or any issues, as always, please let us know. I'm hoping that we're nearing the end. The line is flattening. We're around 2,000 daily average, seven-day daily average of cases. That's down from a high of about 7,200. The lowest we faced since we kind of really got deep into this has been about 1,200. So we're better off. Ideally, that curve will flatten out at a lower level. We're looking at vaccines. We're still looking at these new strains that are coming, and vaccines are effective against that, but continue to be safe. We have our next scheduled meeting Friday, April 23rd. That is the general session, regular meeting of the Judicial Council. That'll be at 10 o'clock and by Zoom. That's all I have for you guys, folks. Be in touch with us. Thank you.